Hello everyone, Luffy no Tomo here. Been a long time since I've done a focus video. However, Redshoes and the Seven Dwarfs deserve some love and attention. I'm going to explain to you the characters and plot line behind this movie and hopefully dissolve the misunderstanding that occurred in one of the advertisements and some of the English wording, because I believe it's just an error in Korean to English translation. For those of you who watch a lot of Korean influenced or Korean shows, movies, or foreign influenced things, you can understand where they were trying to go with this concept, but maybe had a little difficulty explaining in English. And translation from one language and culture to English can be very difficult. So I can understand what they were going through. And if you just see the trailers, you may get confused by what the story is about. And if you just read what you see here, you may be confused. So I'm going to try to explain this better and hopefully get the love out for this and people fall in love for it how I've fallen in love for it, because I really want to see this so bad. So Locust is a Korean company making this, and I would actually prefer to see a Korean dubbed version, because usually I like, if it's, say for example, Korean made, I'd rather see a Korean language version of it over the English version. I think that's where they made a mistake. I think they shouldn't have focused on an English version yet. They should have gotten a Korean one out so that we can see how fantastic this movie is, and then go for an English one. So, as you can see, Redshoes and the Seven Dwarfs is a Snow White takeoff. The concept and plot is actually really unique and interesting. Only characters' names I know is he's Merlin and she's Snow White. Hopefully, by going over this, it'll help. So, what if Snow White and the dwarves are no longer who we know them to be? So, there's this new fairy tale island world, and here are the princes all in their human form. That's how they normally look. They're supposed to be considered handsome, amazing, talented, prestigious, and all that. And then because they were kind of jerks and mean, and they just didn't treat people well, they got cursed and turned into green dwarfs. And supposedly they need a kiss from the most beautiful princess in the land to cure them, but it also seems like they need the red shoes as well. I'm not exactly sure. The plotline is a little bit confusing at that point. But here's the information that they say about them, which they say, oh, handsome, popular, gorgeous, prestigious, incredible talent. And what I like about this here is it says admired by both men and women. I think that's also another foreign concept where it doesn't matter like what you are, like they like you. So I like that phrase a lot. But it says that they hurt people's feelings, they were disrespectful, inconsiderate, and self-centered, and so that's why they got turned into the dwarfs. And then the most difficult one to talk about is Snow White, because I've never seen in what I can think of in an animated feature a overweight female lead. I've seen some of it in some of the Japanese comics, like Pochamania and Watashi ga Motte Dosunda, where there's a overweight lead and a handsome young man falls in love. But it's really hard to find. I've not really seen a lot of those. I think some of the other Korean dramas and movies had some of that as well. But the concept is kind of difficult to talk about and everything. But I love it. I'm an overweight woman myself, so I think it's always amazing to see an overweight lead and then the young, handsome guy falls for you because they like you for you. So I like that. And that's basically the whole concept and plotline for this. Now, the wording may be funny, but, to me it's true. It does say true. And so it's like, love yourself for you, be unique, find yourself, don't follow in society's norm. If they want you to be like this, don't be yourself. If you love yourself for you, then other people are going to love you. So that's basically the concept. And also then the other concept that they were trying to get is like, don't be a jerk or else maybe you'll get turned into a green dwarf. So I thought that was all cute. And it's a very difficult topic. But here's her information, which I can understand how it could maybe be misleading. So this is a normal girl born into extraordinary circumstances. So she's a princess who doesn't fit in this celebrity world of princesses. So that's really difficult concept anyways, because, you know, princess is always difficult to live up to, and then celebrity is also really difficult. And I thought this was a cute way of phrasing it, or their dress size, which makes sense, because if she's like this and they're expecting her to be like that, that is really hard to deal with. And then it says here, she wants to stay true to herself, but in Fairy Tale Island it's all about looks, so it makes it hard not to want to be like the others. So that's the whole idea of following into what other people are doing. Like, you know, you're not supposed to do that, you know. But it's very difficult. And Inner Quest, Find Her Lost Father, that's something different. She learns not only to accept herself, but celebrate who she is inside and out, and to let the beauty within, the beauty that Prince Merlin falls in love with, shine brighter than anyone else in the land. So to me, that's really good, and a good message and interesting. And I always loved, like I said, to see the outcome. Now, I don't know their personalities at all. I haven't seen anything to make me fall in love with them. But I'm just looking at it, for me, I think he's very appealing. And I actually like her more like this, just because to me that looks attractive. But I'm guessing character-wise and personality, they're all going to be great, and it's going to be fun, because like, even in these pictures, to me, even though she's thin, the way she's eating, she kind of looks like a fatty. So, you know, and it's like, it's hard to tell, like, without seeing the personalities of what they're going to actually be like, and whether you're going to fall in love with them or not. So, to me, it looks great. The trailers, here's some more images, and here's the advertisement where it says, which had the misunderstanding with the wording again, what if Snow White was no longer beautiful and the 7 dwarfs not so short? So they ignore the whole short thing, and they're like, oh, what are you saying? Are you like body shaming? And it's like, no, that's not really what they're going for. I mean, if you just looked, a lot of people would end up saying, okay, she looks better, you know? I mean, clearly that's just a common thing. But the whole point is not to focus on that. It's to focus on personality and stuff. So, I don't know, it's always strange that people, you know, they say don't judge a book by a cover, but you do that anyways a lot of the times. And then you're also supposed to, you know, to me, like, someone could be totally gorgeous and beautiful, but be really mean and nasty, and then that way, you know, to me, then they become ugly, because I don't care how beautiful you are, if you're a jerk, I'm not gonna like you. So that's kind of the same idea. This is the Korean trailer here. She's sleeping on this couch, I'm guessing due to the poison apple, and then he's trying to get off her shoes. I don't know why the shoes are so important to the curse or whatever, but I think this one was funny. It is a very unusual trailer. It's not your typical trailer. Same thing with this. That's why I say it's a little bit more like adult. She's stripping, and they were tracking down where the shoes were, and then they find it, and then they hide because she comes home. And then she strips down, and they're like, ooh. And then all of a sudden she takes off her shoes there, and they're like, ah! Like, what the heck? What's going on? It's like, of course you're going to be, like, extremely shocked. From thin to fat just by shoes? Like, that's crazy. So, you know, I don't know. I think it looks really interesting. I think it's going to be a great story. Like I said, I would totally rather see a Korean version, because in the Korean trailer, all the things that she said was in Korean was, when he was trying to take off the shoe, he gets one shoe off, and he's like, yeah, and then she goes, yeah, And that's like, hey, in Korean. So I don't know. Anyways, I think it looks great. Hopefully this explained better the plot and concept behind it, and the misunderstanding will go away, and then Lucas can finally make this movie and release this movie. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me. Oh, please love this movie and get this out. Thank you.